Welcome back to CVM Live. It's now time for the major stories in detail. Deputy Commissioner of Police Clifford Blake, who is in charge of the Strategic Operations Portfolio, will effective Thursday, February 1, act as Commissioner of Police. His appointment was sanctioned by the Police Services Commission following the resignation of Commissioner George Coelho. Coelho, who served his last day on Wednesday after 9 months on the job, faced criticisms of being an uninspiring leader and had presided over an elevated murder rate, which saw 1,617 people killed for the calendar year 2017. The Senate today voted to extend the state of emergency in St. James for a further 3 months. CVM Live's Joel Croskill reports.
The Senate today faced the resolution to extend the state of emergency in St. James under the Emergency Powers Act that was passed unanimously in the lower house. Pernell Charles Jr., Minister of State in the Ministry of National Security, details some of the successes of the state of emergency in St. James so far.
Reports on the security operations to date are that they're going well. The state of emergency has resulted in the detention of over 527 persons. And as I said before, the seizure of 12 firearms, 5 of which include rifles, approximately 225 rounds of ammunition. Among the persons detained are 12 wanted men connected to serious crimes, including murder and shooting. The security forces have also advised, Mr. President, that several more of those persons detained are strongly believed to be connected to gangs in St. James.
Leader of Government Business, Kamina Johnson-Smith, noted that the 14-day span of the original declaration of a state of emergency was always unlikely to be sufficient. Lambert Brown, meanwhile, rose in support of the extension with a caveat.
I am rising today in support of the extension of the state of emergency because it brings temporary relief from the 6 murders per week in St. James. However, my support for the extension must not be seen as a support for this clueless government whose inaction has led to the sordid state of our beautiful country. They talk and PR where action should have been taken to save the lives of our people.
Nonetheless, Kamina Johnson-Smith called for a vote on the 3-month extension to the state of emergency.
There are 6 members of the Senate absent, all with excuses. There are no noes and 15 ayes. So the ayes have it and the motion is carried.
Joel Croskill, CVM Live.
Vendors at the Constant Spring Market in St. Andrew are concerned about where they will go after being given a March 31 deadline to vacate the market. CVM Live's Nicole Wilson reports.
Vendors at the Constant Spring Market are calling on the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC, to find somewhere to put them. This comes after vendors were on Friday told that they have until March 31, 2018 to vacate the premises. One vendor at the market indicated that they were not informed that the market was being sold.
We weren't told that. We were assumed that. We see some people come, drawing up some lines, and that's the information we got. Nothing. We didn't get anything from any councillor, anything from any MP, anything from the market people, them, nothing at all. We weren't given any information, either written or verbal information, nothing at all. We just know this because of the news.
She was of the belief that shops would be built behind the market to accommodate them. But to her disappointment, this was not the case. Dell, owner of a cook shop at the market, says her business has been in operation for over 25 years and that she employs 3 persons. Like many other vendors, she has accepted that the market has been sold and agrees that the area should be developed. However, she is very concerned.
So what we are asking is that give us somewhere that we can operate business. We're not talking about no compensation, you know, because I'm going to fill up my fridge, I'm going to fill up my stove, the pot, the pork workers, everybody on my head and go to the road. Where am I going? Where am I going? I have my surgical bills to pay. I have my light bill to pay, chicken bill to pay.
Dell says she attended a meeting at the KSAMC on Thursday, but that meeting came to an abrupt end.
The lady come there, what Susan is saying. She said that if we invite people there, she think it is the right thing is to do, that the person, they need to declare themselves before they enter the meeting. They are not market vendors, but declare yourself, said Art. We are not market vendors, but we are there to listen to the growth of what the people have to say. And a dear eruption start, my dear sir.
The vendors are pleading with the authorities to listen to their concerns. The Constant Spring Market will be demolished to facilitate the expansion of Constant Spring Road. Nicole Wilson, CVM Live.
In a CVM Live developing story, members of the Runaway Bay Beach Club are hoping for a speedy and amicable resolution of a legal row that threatens their health regimen and could displace the group from the Puerto Seco Beach in St. Anne. Our reporter Nika Lewis tells us why.
Senior citizens having spent years abroad and returning to their island home are the main ones who benefit from the aqua aerobics and swimming sessions put on by Joyce at the popular Puerto Seco Beach in St. Anne. But Joyce and others are now before the courts after being issued an eviction notice by another group with the same name, the Discovery Bay Beach Club. The eviction, if allowed by the courts, would affect many seniors who are currently members of the club operated by Joyce.
Mondays are swimming lessons, and Thursdays, as you can see around you, are a group of seniors that comes from all over, as far as Christiana and as far as Ocho and as far as Montego Bay.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Sometimes I have to catch 2 buses to get here, but it is something that's very important for older people. Because, you know, once you can get the exercise, because most people do not exercise. You know, but when you come here with this lady here, you better exercise.
Hammond, who spent over 40 years in England, questioned why all the island's best beaches are being reserved for tourists while locals must struggle to enjoy their homeland. She adds the program is what has been keeping the seniors involved alive. Winnie Mills is from Sturgetown, St. Anne.
Because I like to meet with my people here. We can laugh, talk, have a lunch together, have a cup of tea together like you will see, and we enjoy this.
I came out here in a wheelchair because of knee problem, which I was told I have to have knee replacement. And I came and I started in this water, and when I went back and they checked me, my doctor said, continue doing what you're doing.
The members say they are willing to share with the other club if they are allowed to discuss amicable solutions. Nika Lewis, CVM Live.
Students of a Trelawny-based high school were refused entry onto the school compound, as well as classes on Thursday morning. CVM Live's Khadija Thomas tells us what happened.
School has not been dismissed, but students were seen outside the gates of Cedric Titus High School on Thursday morning. Even the head boy was refused entry onto the compound. Students say teachers have an issue with their uniforms and decided to lock the school gate while in meetings about the matter.
I came early and I went to class, do devotion and everything. They sent me another block because they are having a meeting, so they sent me another block to stay. They lock the grill, they come down, they check my uniform and everything. And my uniform teacher told me to stand, and she measured my uniform with a ruler. And I asked, she said to me that my uniform is too short and I need to pull it out. And I told her I'm not pulling out my uniform.
One student says she has been complying with the school rules by having her uniform 3 inches below the knee.
From I was in grade 9 and I had to pull out many uniforms and stitch them smaller just to make it long. And it's from Monday they're doing it. From Monday they have students out here.
Parents are infuriated that the education of their children was placed on hold over students allegedly not meeting uniform standards.
When me come down here, she said teacher them said in the past strike. Well, I teacher them in a full black. Me ask Mr. Buskin to go through the gate. He opened the gate. When me go, Miss Versi saying give money letter to bring home to the mother. Miss Versi, I'll take my phone from me out and me answer me a video.
Eventually, the gates were reopened and students were allowed to return to their classes. Khadija Thomas, CVM Live.
A head-on collision between a fuel tanker and a Toyota Wish resulted in the death of 2 men along the Salt Marsh Main Road in Trelawny. CVM Live's Joel Croskill reports.
There has been a double fatality as a result of an accident along the Salt Marsh Main Road in Trelawny.
No. About 7 p.m. This evening, a tanker overtook a line of traffic. Taxi was heading towards Montego Bay, and he could not get out of the way, and both men were killed when the tanker plowed into that car.
The Toyota Wish, which was struck by the fuel tanker, was almost totally crushed by the impact, with the front section of the vehicle as well as its sides sustaining major damage.
One died on the scene, and the other was pronounced dead at hospital.
And that's the Salt Marsh again?
Yes, Salt Marsh. A very dangerous piece of road, a fine highway, but there are a lot of careless drivers who take that opportunity and breach the rule of law, breach the road code, everything. And it causes that. The road is not so nice during the night, it is dark, but there's no justification for what happened.
There were other less serious impacts to other vehicles as a result of the knock-on effects of the crash. Joel Croskill, CVM Live.
This evening, we find out how the Education Ministry is supporting entrepreneurship as we continue our series of CVM Probes, The Graduate. Here's our reporter, Nicole Wilson.
I'm a living while I'm living to the founder.
Entrepreneurship is seemingly becoming a way for graduates to escape unemployment. CVM Probe spoke to Education Minister Will Reid to ascertain what is being done to support entrepreneurship. Minister Reid indicated that the Ministry of Education has a lot of programs geared towards this.
The curriculum will roll out the national standards curriculum. That's all part of that. We have integrated that with TVET and STEM. We have the Junior Achievement Program that we are rolling, which is focused on building entrepreneurial skills. And even things like 4-H clubs are all part of building that awareness. You create products, you need to look at markets and so on.
He also highlighted the importance of entrepreneurship to the Jamaican economy.
We, as a ministry, understand what is required. This is why I alluded to the fact that we have to socialize, or indeed re-socialize, our students, our educators, all the stakeholders. That it's not a one-size-fits-all. If you don't have entrepreneurs, there's nobody's going to create new goods and services. In fact, probably that is one reason why I need growth in Jamaica. We need more Jamaicans to become entrepreneurs, producing goods and services that we can export.
Schools are also doing their part to promote a culture of entrepreneurship.
Many schools have business education at grade 9, and they have different business subjects right up to grade 13. There's entrepreneurship in the CAPE program, and at almost every university now they have entrepreneurship type of program, and indeed most of the universities themselves are again exposing students to the whole idea of entrepreneurship.
Oftentimes, graduates believe that in order to be an entrepreneur, they need to have a degree in business. Minister Reid says this is not the case.
An entrepreneur by nature is going to be those persons who really have great ideas and bring them into fruition. They can make them bankable, they can monetize them, they can create the goods and services that they can develop a whole business around it, like Bill Gates and Zuckerberg and all of those guys.
On Friday, we speak to immediate past CEO of the private sector organization of Jamaica, Dennis Strong, who tells us about the current demands of the private sector, how those demands will change, and what graduates can do to meet them. For CVM Probe, I'm Nicole Wilson.
And we have a story just in. Gunmen descended on a motorist along Red Hills Road, pumping multiple shots into the vehicle as the ordeal was captured on closed-circuit television cameras. CVM Live's Joel Croskill has that report.
Security cameras in a Red Hills Road gated community captured a brazen gun attack by 2 armed men on the driver of a blue Toyota Axio. As highlighted in the footage, the blue vehicle can be seen coming to a stop ahead of an electronic gate. Moments after, 4 men on 2 bikes can be seen trailing the vehicle, eventually coming to a stop meters behind the blue motor car. 2 men jumped off of the bikes and made their way towards the car. Upon reaching the driver's side window, one of the assailants can be seen firing multiple shots into the driver's side window. He opened the door and pumped more shots in the direction of the driver, his partner in crime doing something similar on the passenger side. The gunman returned to the car once it had breached the security gate and fired again before making their escape. Details of the shooting were sought by CVM Live's newsroom. However, the Constabulary Communications Unit was unable to provide any further information, nor the Red Hills Road station, surrounding the daylight shooting. The condition of the victim of the incident is not known at news time. Joel Crosskill, CVM Live.
The incident has been corroborated by a senior police official. Now time to join Nicole Wilson with the regional and international news.
Thanks, Richard. Now for news in the region. In St. Lucia, Prime Minister Alan Chastanet says St. Lucia needs to get the airport in the south running as quickly as possible. HT St. Lucia has more in this report.
Prime Minister Alan Chastanet pointed to the urgency of the Uranora Airport redevelopment project. Chastanet and the DSH chairman Teoa King on Tuesday disclosed updated plans for the multi-billion mixed development in the south, with the much-touted horse race track as the centerpiece of the project. The airport upgrade is a major component of St. Lucia's tourism product, serving as the gateway to the international long-haul global airlines. With major hotel projects on the horizon, Chastanet argues that redeveloping the airport is imperative to meet the influx of visitors.
The airport has reached its end. We need to get a new airport running as quickly as possible. That situation and that urgency is even further exasperated by the fact that if you have Sandals beginning construction of 400 suites, Sabashat 200 rooms, Ritz-Carlton, the Canals, and I'll hopefully be making another announcement of another major project up north. If you get those or even one of those projects, the airport is doomed.
And in Trinidad and Tobago, the Trinidad and Tobago-based Newsday newspaper reports that the video circulating on social media of a child being made to perform oral sex on a man was recorded in the Twin Island Republic. It was first believed to have been filmed in Jamaica, but police say it was recorded in Diego Martin. The child's grandmother, on seeing the video, made a report to the police last night. She and the child's mother are assisting the police child protection unit. Police say the man in the video was severely beaten by neighbors after his identity became known. He escaped and is currently on the run. And the news further overseas. The French dairy group at the center of a baby milk scandal, Lactalis, has admitted some of its products may have been tainted for over a decade. Millions of boxes of powdered milk have been recalled worldwide following a salmonella outbreak last year. Researchers say that the exact same strain of salmonella was responsible for another outbreak in 2005. The company said it was possible other babies could have been infected by Lactalis products since then. In a newspaper interview published on Thursday, Lactalis CEO Emmanuel Besnier said tests had shown that a factory at the center of the latest scare was also responsible for a 2005 outbreak. That's it for regional and international news. I am Nicole Wilson. Back to you, Richard.
Thanks, Nicole. Well, those were our major stories for this evening. News Live in 5 will come your way later on with Joel Crosskill. But up next is our panel discussion, and we look at social media this time and the videos that are being circulated and the illegality of some of them. Join us for our panel discussion next.